I'm pleased to have in the studio a very experienced and highly regarded Canadian sport leader. She was the Olympic silver medalist in speed skating, author and founder and board member of the famous Own the Podium program that helped propel Canada to the top of the Games in 2010. And she was the Vice President of Sport and Games Operations for VANOC. It's now my great pleasure to introduce to you the CEO of ViaSport, Cathy Priestner. Cathy, thanks for joining me today.
You're welcome, Ted.
Now, ViaSport is a new organization and not so well known in the public for British Columbia at this moment. Can you tell us a little bit about the background and how we got to this point?
Well, sure. You mentioned the 2010 Olympic Games. Really, when we look at what happened here in Vancouver at those games, it really elevated the profile of sport in the country and the pride that Canada took in the results that we had. And here in British Columbia, we said, how do we leverage this? How do we take advantage of such a great games? And how can we in British Columbia build sport to a greater level than it's ever been? And hence ViaSport.
Well, the amateur sport landscape hopefully is going to change because of ViaSport. What are some of the items that you see affecting sport differently than what has been delivered in the past?
Well, there are many initiatives that we're undertaking. One great one would be this one we're looking at here today, where we can bring figure skating into the homes of anyone who has an interest in the sport and in the kids and young adults who are competing here. And this live streaming opportunity is one that's going to be offered throughout the province. Skate Canada BC has really led on this, and you have, Ted. But this is, so on the innovation side, I think we're going to do a lot for the sector. We also have a new website that will be launched in the spring, and that's going to be very interactive and it'd be a one-stop shop for anyone who has any interest in sport at a competitive level, participation level, and whatnot. So these are the different things we're working on.
Now that website, from what I understand, is quite a large build. We've got some very innovative ideas coming in. I think that we're looking at helping young families to identify the skills of their children and input those skills and maybe get some direction as to what sport might best suit their children. So it sounds very exciting. Also, I think whether it's medical services or sports services or equipment, one-stop shopping, as you said.
Yeah, exactly, and it's super exciting, and what we really want at the end of the day is to have more kids have access to more sport, have more seniors have more access to more sport, and have a more active British Columbia. So this website and some of the initiatives that we're undertaking are going to allow for that.
Now the province of BC has been a great supporter of both ViaSport and this initiative. What do you think that they're hoping will be a byproduct towards these energies? And this may take a year or two before it really gets moving, but what do you think they're expecting from this?
Well, we have a great partnership with the province of British Columbia, and we work very closely with them in terms of what they're wanting to see. And I think the broad reach that we're going to have as we move into the future is going to be huge. One of the greatest opportunities we've had, I think, as a sector is to now start to work with other sectors. So we're sport, we have health and recreation and education, and how do we all come together and build a better system, better programs, better services for our citizens, and we're going to be a great partner in that.
Now, Cathy, when you look at your career, you were an Olympic athlete.
A long time ago.
Well, that's okay. And you worked with VANOC and you're with ViaSport. You've done so much in sport. What has sport brought to your life? How has it changed your life?
Well, it's really been my life, and I have 3 kids, and all of them have been heavily involved in sport. And I think sport is it's a foundation in a community and in a household and a family for most families, and it's really been the platform for everything that I've done, the foundation for everything I've built in my life, and obviously I believe hugely in it, and I think most British Columbians do also.
Now your husband Todd Allinger is also very involved with sport as well. Have you ever had fireside chats that you may not 100% agree on?
He's the brainy one, the sports scientist. Most of them are really good. They're really solid, and that's another thing. We talk about innovation. We also look at the side of high-performance sport and some opportunities on the research and innovation side of that we want to bring to sport in British Columbia. And so we talk about those options.
Cathy Priestner, the CEO of ViaSport. Great things to come for sport in British Columbia. Now we're going to be back right after these messages with Kevin Reynolds, the number 5 ranked man in the world, and get an update on Kevin as he enters the Olympic year.